What are you doing in the dark that your future self is going to thank you for? That eventually, when you get your opportunity to bring it to the light, you know you've been doing that work. Are you working on becoming? Who are you becoming? What do you think about you? Do you know who you're becoming? Do you know the man or woman that you're becoming with the thoughts that you have, with the work that you're doing, with the work that you're not doing, with the relationships that you have, with where your energy is going? Who are you becoming? It's important as we, again, getting prepped to head into a new year. I tell you all this because I see it year after year that people wait and start like their New Year's resolutions when the beginning of the year hits and all the things. But as I said in the beginning, right, how you end this year is how you'll start next year. So at the end of this year, you should be asking yourself some of these questions like, who did I become this year? Who am I becoming next year? Who are you becoming? You know, when we look at the text, 177 Mental Toughness Secrets, one of the chapters talks about champions go from acquiring and possessing to becoming. And you know that I've talked to y'all about this over and over, that this journey that you're on is about the man or woman you are becoming. It's not about the thing. It's not about the money. It's not about the house. It's not about the marriages. Like, it's not about the thing. It's about who you have to become in order to steward the thing, who you have to become in order to attain the thing. That is what we're doing. So, what are you working on? What are you doing in the dark? What are you doing in your spare time? What are you doing when no one's watching? Someone told me the definition of integrity is doing what was the definition they gave me? It was something like doing I forget it. It was something along the lines of like doing the things you say you're gonna do even when no one's watching. That's it. Right? Doing the things you say you're gonna do even when or doing the right things even when no one's watching. Doing the things you know you should do even when no one's watching you. That's what it means to like be doing the stuff in the dark. That's what it means. You want to get to this place in life where people see you or you've done some things, but are you doing that work in the dark? Are you doing what you know you should be doing, even when no one's holding you accountable, even when no one's watching you, even when no one's checking in to make sure you're doing it? Are you doing what you know you should do? For us that want to go off and design our ideal life, you have to. That's where that's where the greatness is built. It's in the dark. It's not when everyone's watching. Right? One day I'll be on a stage with 30,000 people. They don't remember that I've been doing this with 5, 7, 10, 15, 20 people for years and years. There's a process to getting to the life that you want. So you got to be doing that work. Becoming, when you focus on becoming, ET said it takes the energy away from them, places it on you. So what do we talk about a lot here? We talk about ownership. We talk about putting the responsibility of your life on you. You take full responsibility for your life. Nothing external, no environment outside of you is controlling you. Nothing outside of you is determining who you are, how you operate, all those types of things. So because that, you have to know heading into a brand new year, understanding who you're becoming by the things that you're thinking about, by the things that you're doing, you're taking responsibility, taking ownership of your life. And that's what we need to do to get to that life we don't need a break from. You got to take ownership of your life. You got to take the responsibility and place it squarely on your shoulders. If it is to be, it's up to me. You're going to work harder. You're going to practice more. You're going to get more intentional. You are going to be intentional about where your energy is flowing. These are things, again, a lot of you know, but they're reminders. ET also said you set your own value. Stop caring about the approval of others. Stop caring about what other people think. Sure, we have empathy for people. Sure, we care you know, kind of about other people's feelings. Like those things are natural, but you can't care fully about what other people are thinking about what you're doing, about who you are. What do you think about you? What do you think about you? I started before the video. I said, let's take an honest assessment of where we are. An honest assessment. You're never as good as you think you are. You're never as bad as you think you are. But an honest assessment of where you sit in the things that are important in your life, the areas that are important, your health, in your finances, in your relationships, in your spiritual life, in your business. Like, give yourself an evaluation. Don't let someone else evaluate you. This is that when we talk that ownership mindset, you'll hear me talk about the entrepreneurial mindset, because entrepreneurship is not just about starting a business. It's about owning, it's about ownership, it's about responsibility. I made a post probably 5, 6 years ago that I still remember to this day, where I said, people that seek for jobs are almost seeking for validation from another person. You're letting someone else determine what your worth is. I know jobs are right, a system in our society. I get, but like essentially that's what you're doing when you're putting out resumes and being like, pick me, right? Like, this is my value. Here's my worth. Here's what I'm good at. Here, pick me, right? Like when you do that, that employee mindset actually is a validation mindset. It's like you're trying to get validated. Sure, for a check, I get it, right? Like we got to understand that. But the entrepreneurial mindset is ownership. It's I'm going to create this because I know my skills, I know my talents, I know my worth, I know my ability. So I'm going to go create this. ET talked about building your own table, right? It's just a mindset. It's a mindset that we got to have if we want to go off and design our ideal life, guys. Remember, I tell y'all this all the time. These talks aren't for everybody. Not everyone wants to be better. Not everyone wants to design their ideal life. Not everyone wants to get to this life they don't need a break from. Not everyone wants to have life where they want it. Health, wealth, love, happiness. They might wish it, but they really don't. But for us, for you, for us on this call, that like this is what we want, we have to start adapting some of these mindsets. And we got to start to understand the ownership mindset is, what do you think about you? Are you doing all that you can? Do you have integrity with yourself? Are you in alignment with yourself? Like these become the questions you got to start asking yourself, and you got to start getting very intentional about answering as we head into a brand new year, as we start to, get our plans in place and our goals in place for what it is we're going to go off and do. You got to start thinking about this stuff. Inside of our text, 177 mental toughness secrets of the world class. Number 124 here says the world class believes in self-reliance. Self-reliance. I'll just read it to you, but it goes a bit to what ET is talking about, right? You set your value. You're not addicted to the approval of others. Of course you can hear what others think, but that doesn't really have a determining factor on how you operate. Are you good with you? Are you good with you and what you put out into the world and what you do when no one's watching? Here's what it says in the text. It says the middle class consciousness tends to rely on other people's actions, opinions, and behaviors. The world class learns to rely on themselves. They develop supreme self-confidence and a penchant for action. The philosophy of the world class is to take full responsibility for their successes and failures. Average performers want to blame everyone for everything. The smoker who gets sick from smoking wants to sue the tobacco company for his illness. The fast food junkie becomes obese and from ingesting hundreds of cheeseburgers and pizzas and blames the restaurant that served her. The poverty, working, and middle class levels of consciousness often have a victim mentality. Professional performers take responsibility for their decisions and exercise self-reliance. Maybe most importantly, champions don't look to other people to make them happy. The great ones know happiness is not something you get, it's something you are. While champions enjoy the company of others, they are just as happy to be alone. Their core level of contentment begins with them. Something you are. Becoming, right? Again, this is what it's about. It's about becoming. So we can't always take in the external world and let the external world set our value, set our, right, what we believe we're worth, what our value is. It says middle class consciousness, right? People that are not necessarily thinking on a higher level allow other people's actions, opinions, and behaviors to affect them, to penetrate them. Right? Often that leads to a victim mentality. A victim mentality meaning, right? It's them that caused me to be this way. It's that caused me to be this way. It's the way this is that I'm this way, right? That's that victim mentality. It's like you are not in control of this. This was done to you. Changing perspective, shifting perspective, right? We're here to shift our mindset. So if we go away from that, we have to go to the other perspective is life is happening for you. Life's not happening to you. Someone didn't do something to you. Life is happening for you. It's for you to become the man or woman God called you to be. It's for you. Like all the things you go through is for you to get to the life that you're asking for, the vision that you have in your mind. We can't have the victim mentality and want to go off and design our ideal life. We have to know that we take responsibility for our successes and our failures, for the things we do well and the things we do not do well. That's what we do. For the things we do well and the things we do not do well, those are the things that we are taking responsibility for. And so this is that ownership mindset. This is that entrepreneurial mindset. This is that mindset you need, yo, when we head into a brand new year and you say, really, like, this is going to be a better year for me. That whole new year, new me type of thing, right? You can really own that if you own your life. If you take responsibility for your successes and your failures. If you take responsibility for the place you are currently in your life, exactly where you are, your level of happiness, your relationships, your financial status, like it, if you take responsibility for it, you can now change it. You know, if it is to be, it's up to me. You know, if you turn internal instead of looking external, everything changes. That's why we do this. That's why we do this. Karl Marx had this quote that says, follow your own path no matter what people say. The action step for today says, identify an area of your life in which you rely on someone else. Next, make a commitment to take full responsibility for the results or outcomes you experience in this area, regardless of whether you are directly responsible. Start with your finances. Who is responsible for your accumulation of wealth? Your accountant, your banker, your broker, financial planner. You are ultimately responsible. If you adopt this philosophy in every area, every major area of your life, you will never slip into the blame game again. You got to take ownership of your life, ladies and gentlemen, as we head into a brand new year, as we wrap up 2025, as this year becomes something of the past that we can't come back to. We can't, right, relive it, redo it. We don't get the do-over. We just get a chance to assess exactly where we are. What did we do in 2025 that we need to continue to do because it's making us a better person? It's growing our finances. It's growing our faith. It's growing our relationships. Who do we need to be around that are doing those things? What do we need to get rid of, right? 2025, you probably had some things you like, I need to get rid of that. And I need to stop being around them. I need to stop listening to that, right? You got to take that assessment. And then you got to say, hey, what do I need to add in here? What are some things I need to add in 2026 that are really going to shift my life, that's really going to change my health? It's really going to change my fitness, right? Really going to change my finances, really going to change my business. It's really going to change my relationships. It's really going to change my connection with my creator. Like what is it that I need to do, right? And as you're focused on these things, ladies and gentlemen, as you're intentional about these things, you're going to watch the ideas come, and then you got to just start acting on them. You got to start executing on them. I never said this was going to be easy, y'all, but it's going to be worth it. People are counting on you to get this information. Just like, again, what we talked about today is you not counting on other people, you not necessarily needing other people, you're self-reliant. The reason why you're here and they're not here is because they're counting on you. They're counting on you to build the table. They're counting on you to be self-reliant so that you can help them because they're not going to help themselves. You got to do it. That's why you're here. That's why you're on the journey. That's why you've chosen, right, to take in these messages every Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning. And I'm grateful for it. And I'm grateful that you're on your journey. I want you to end out this year strong. I want you to go into next year being, right, having a clear vision of exactly who you want to be. Because this is about becoming, not about what we acquire. All right. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve to win. Your families deserve to win. Nobody ever tells you, I'll keep telling you. You got to hear it over and over again so that it becomes, right? It becomes the thing that plays in your brain. I know Ron has me in his brain every once in a while, right? But like some of y'all do, I'm just there because you're listening, you're hearing it, you're programming, and I'm programming you with the right things, the things that are going to help you get to the life that you don't need a break from. We're going to be back on Wednesday. It's Christmas Eve. I know. Listen, hey, I'm consistent with this thing. It don't matter, right? It's 9:30 in the morning. It's all good. I got nothing going on. So I'll see you back here on Wednesday. Do something that scares you today, pushes you out of your comfort zone. What if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. And that's what we're here to do is make some change. So love you guys. Enjoy your Monday. See you Wednesday.